Now if you do have a garden pond or any sort of pond display, one of the most important considerations is aeration, and one of the most simple, effective and beautiful means of aeration is with a water feature. And there's all sorts of water features that you can select. You can select little cascades like this one. You can select little mini creeks like that. You can select flow ponds, which flow into your main ponds. You can have various fountain and mushroom displays within the pond itself, but ensuring you've got plenty of surface agitation so the oxygen is allowed to get into the water is one of the most important considerations. So water, oxygen, and then somewhere for the bacteria to live is really important. So in this case we've got canister filters, which pressure filters like hidden behind there, and inside there is various mediums, and those mediums will grow bacteria, and the bacteria will break down the waste from the fish, obviously assuming there is fish, because I've sold all the fish out of these particular displays. And once again, the most important thing to the bacteria is actually oxygen. And air stones in a pond look terrible in general. They don't look natural, whereas something like this, where you're thinning the water out into a very thin film and moving it across a serrated rock surface, is an absolutely wonderful way of aerating. So these little features, like this little creek, this little cascade, they literally hook onto the side of any sort of pond. So if you've got a garden pond and you want to really bring that garden pond alive, then come down and see us. We've got lots of options, and it's just a matter of almost plug and play. You basically just whack it on, plug it in, Bob's your uncle, and you've increased the amount of oxygen in your pond. And if you do have a large pond, you also want to consider kinetic energy too. So often you'll put a pump and it diverts some of the water up to the feature and the rest of the water just to create some circular movement in the pond itself. So put a little comment down. Have you used any of these Universal Rock products? What do you think of them? Any other comments you might have for us? What do you think of this little display? So if you want to do up your backyard, you want to do up your pond, come down and see me. We've done some beautiful work in the past. Very cheap for what it is too. Very simple, very efficient, very cheap.